the specifications of my PC. If you plan on playing GTA, prioritize getting the most powerful CPU you can afford. You don't need a top-tier graphics card for this game. With just an RTX 2060 Super, it will run perfectly. Having 16 gigabytes of RAM is sufficient for running GTA 5 smoothly. Let's move on to the mouse. The button layout on this mouse is the best in my opinion. I can use all buttons on it by claw gripping the mouse like people do on controller. It's a wireless mouse, which means that I have to connect it to my PC with a wireless receiver that it comes with. People usually plug it directly into their PC, but I connect it to a USB adapter that sits next to my mousepad. This minimizes latency as the receiver is closer to the mouse. Onto the mousepad. I use the Skypad. It is a glass mousepad. I have been using it for over a year now. Its smooth surface significantly improves my aim compared to cloth or hardened plastic mousepads like the Logitech ones I've used before. Glass, in my opinion, is the best material for a mousepad, and my aim has drastically improved since using it. If you're interested in checking out the glass mousepad and supporting the channel at the same time, you can find the link in the description below. It is time to get to the magical part of the setup. The keyboard. This keyboard is called the WOOTING TWO HE. This isn't your ordinary gaming keyboard. This is a keyboard with analog inputs. It registers how deep each key press is with the use of magnets. Let me show you what it looks like. I enabled a lighting effect so I can demonstrate what it looks like. This keyboard calculates how deep each key press is. This truly is changing the game, and I will show you why in just a second. The lighting effects on this thing are truly mesmerizing. There's so many effects in the WOOTING software. You can even customize the timings on all the effects. Here we have the WOOTING software. Check this out. You can customize when your key presses get registered. Basically, the sensitivity of your keyboard. I put it to the most sensitive setting. This is what it looks like. See how the key registers even with minimal pressure. Green indicates it's registering a press, while red shows when it stops sending inputs as I lift the key. This feature significantly reduces latency compared to traditional keyboards, where inputs often stop registering around the halfway mark of each press. No matter how lightly or deeply I press it, as long as it detects a press of at least 0.1 millimeters and detects lifting for 0.15 millimeters, it will send and stop inputs accordingly. I will now put it to the lowest sensitivity. Personally, I would never use it like this. I care deeply about latency and timings. Notice how it doesn't detect any inputs with this setting for the first few millimeters. That's how your traditional keyboard works. I left my sensitivity to stock settings for my casual typing profile. But for my gaming profile, it's all customized. This is how I set it up. These settings work perfect for me. I can really feel the responsiveness when strafing in games. It is instant. You can even set up an ultra-low latency mode on the keyboard right here. This is the time it takes for the keyboard to send its signals to the PC. You can also remap the keys, which is super useful. And since this is an analog keyboard, it can function similarly to a controller if you set this up in this tab. Controllers allow for light presses on buttons and sticks. Unlike standard keyboards that offer only on-off responses, this keyboard mimics the sensitivity of controller inputs. You can't lightly press a key on a regular keyboard and expect it to react like a control stick being gently pushed forward. I have used numerous keyboards and can say that this is easily the best one I have ever used. If you're interested in checking out this keyboard and supporting the channel at the same time, you can find the link in the description down below. Let's talk about the monitor. I use a 27-inch 144Hz LG gaming monitor. I have been using it for almost 4 years now. I really like the monitor. I don't have any issues with it. The colors are nice and the G-Sync that it comes with is really a must. It makes everything look so much smoother. I also chose this monitor because this panel has minimal ghosting. It's truly amazing for its price class. For those who aren't familiar with the term ghosting, let me demonstrate. I recorded a slow-motion video of my screen at 240 frames per second on my phone so you can see it clearly. Ghosting happens when you move the camera quickly in games. In this case, I was moving a box of text around on my screen. Watch closely and you'll notice how the text appears to duplicate or leave a lingering after image as it moves. That's the ghosting effect. If you happen to flick shot an enemy on its head and somehow missed, chances are that you hit the ghost trail instead. It's not actually there. On to the last subject, the headset. I use this SteelSeries headset. It's fairly cheap and is amazing for its price class. I can clearly hear the directions of shots and walking noises. Even in GTA 5, when someone goes of radar and tries to snipe at me, I can hear the direction of the snipes and locate the player almost every single time. It's comfortable. The ear cups are letting through enough air so it doesn't get hot at all in there. I don't have any complaints for it. I hope this video was informative. If you have any more questions, drop them in the comments down below. I will see you in the next one.